Hello and welcome to the Buffalo Sessions. I've been a bit busy the last few months and my podcast has suffered as a result of it. We all go through these things, don't we? We start something and then over time momentum fades. And I think the Buffalo Sessions has been a victim of that, where I've been distracted with other things. One of the main things that I've been working on over the last couple of months has been the rollout of our new software platform for Circle Networks. And as a result of that, these things always take time. I am ever an optimist, but the reality is something has to give. And the one thing that's given over the last couple of months has been this podcast. So I've sat down this weekend with a plan, and I just wanted to not necessarily relaunch it, but refresh it. You'll see that I'm wearing a Raging Bull shirt. So one of the things that I talk about a lot is Be More Buffalo. That's where the name for the Buffalo Sessions came from. And I'm not sure if you know, but I want to remind you anyway, what does Be More Buffalo mean? Well, for a start, it's the theme for our big annual conference, Circle Networks Live in September. But Be More Buffalo, did you know that buffaloes are the only animals in the world that when a storm comes, they turn to face it? Whereas all other animals turn and run away. By running away, they end up underneath the storm for longer. More pain, more suffering, more heartache. Whereas buffaloes, as the storm approaches, they're already facing it and then they charge through it. They do it as a herd, young, old, sick, healthy, all together. They support each other and they get through it quicker. By getting through the storm quicker, they feel happier, they feel that sense of achievement, and there is less pain. And I think that that's a brilliant mindset for business owners. We all, as we go through business, put things off, worry about things, try to run away from them, bury our head in the sands, and more often than not, they're things that we have to deal with. It might be that you need to pick up the phone and ring somebody and have that difficult conversation. It might be that you need to do some admin. I think one of the challenges when we're running a business is that we have to do everything ourselves. Or so we think. But running a business doesn't mean doing everything ourselves. In our jobs in the past, we were very good at a particular thing, and that's probably what sparked us to think that we could launch a business to do it ourselves. But in reality, when we had that job in the past, there was a team supporting us. There was somebody else that did the accounts. Somebody else did the marketing. You just concentrated on the thing that you were good at. And that's what I struggled with when I first launched my business. There were things that I tried to do myself. I tried to do everything myself. But I didn't have to. It took me a long time to realise, as with most things in my life, it takes me a long time for the penny to drop. But once it did, that I could start to find other people to help me, then it made a huge difference. Because by trying to run away from the storm, putting off admin, putting off difficult conversations, these things just weigh us down. And when we make a decision to be more buffalo, to tackle the things, usually it's not as bad as we think, but we definitely feel better afterwards for dealing with these things. So what are the storms that you've got in your life, in your business right now, that maybe you need to face and do? And it creates momentum when you start doing this. Now, you don't need to do it all. You could find other people to help you. And that is what Be More Buffalo is all about. And that is what the Buffalo Sessions is about. So this year, from now until our conference in September, you're going to hear a lot of stuff around Be More Buffalo. And I'm very excited. I've got a plan for the podcast for the coming months. Lots of guests lined up and more solo episodes from me. One of the things that I wanted to talk about in this episode, though, was about the existing networking trap. Circle Networks will be celebrating our 5th birthday at this year's conference. And we've gone through a lot of change over the years. And one of the things that's been a theme for me is explaining why we're different. I don't know about you, but I don't go to a networking event to buy anything. I don't wake up in the morning thinking, I'm going networking today, whose customer can I become? And this is where I think networking is broken. Everybody encourages people to go networking to pitch. You need new clients. Oh, you need to go networking. You need new clients, work on your pitch. But we don't need to pitch, we need to connect. By building connections, and this is where our core value, friendship fuels business, comes into Circle Networks, then we help people to build relationships, to build friendships. And I've just done a post this morning about a good friend of mine, Mel Foley. She's been in Circle Networks for, must be about 4 years now, not far from the start. She was the very first person to join Circle Networks in Scotland. She was the very first person to launch a Circle Networks group up in Scotland. She has been a huge source of inspiration to me and to other people, and has built a great business along that time. She has grown massively in confidence, and she's going to be a guest on this show in the next few weeks. She's one of our speakers, sharing her Be More Buffalo story of the challenges that she's overcome running a business and the success that she's had as a result of it, the people that she's met, the people that have helped her. I don't want to share too much about her story, but we tested it out in our Scottish conference in March, and she blew everyone away. There was not a dry eye in the room, and everybody was touched by her story and inspired by it. So I can't wait to have her on. I think one of the things that I've learned over the years is that having good relationships in business is more important than anything else. When I first started Circle Networks, I wanted it to be something that supported entrepreneurs on their journey. Yes, people might come along looking for clients, and that's usually where they start. But what keeps people in Circle Networks is the support, the nurturing, the growth, that you can find people to help you along the way. Help you do the things for you that you don't want to do, to free you up so you can concentrate on your area of expertise. And it's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to meet people because at some point in the future, when you need a particular product or service, you already know the people who can help you. So you're finding and building your team along the way. People don't go networking to buy, and yet everybody goes to sell. That's what makes us different. We are not 100% focused on sales. We're about supporting people, about community, about relationships, and enjoying the journey together. And it can be hard for some people to understand. We talk about PLU, people like us, and not everybody fits that. This came from the work that I did with 𝘽𝙚 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚, who Mel introduced to Circle Networks. 𝘽𝙚 is a brand coach and has done a lot of work with me, taken me on a journey and Circle Networks to develop it into the brand that it is now. I say to people that I had a logo and a business before I worked with 𝘽𝙚. She's helped me turn it into a brand that people love. Friendship Fuels Business is all about building relationships with people first. Networking events are a little bit broken. Think about it. There was some research by an author who wrote The Ultimate Sales Machine, 𝘽𝙚 𝙈𝙤𝙧𝙚. In it, he shared that at any moment in time, only 3% of people are in buying mode for your particular thing. That might be buying a house, it might be getting a mortgage, it might be building a new website. But whatever it is, only 3% of people are in buying mode today. So that means you've got to speak to 100 people, 97% of them will not be interested in buying your thing to find the 3%. That can be exhausting. And that's where I think that networking is broken, when people go to sell because nobody's there to buy. And if everyone's just there waiting to do their pitch, it can be very hard. When I started Circle Networks, I wanted it to be about building relationships. That's why we start our networking events by getting people in small breakout rooms, the closest we can get online to those coffee break moments. We get people to start by telling us a bit about you when you're not working. What is it you do outside of work? Help people to connect with people. That's where relationships are formed, and we fast track the getting to know process. Most networking events, I think people turn up and they do name, job title, business. And I don't know about you, but when I hear that, if someone says, "Hi, I'm Jamie, I'm an accountant," in my head, I'm already going, I've got an accountant, I don't need another one. They pigeonhole us. But when you connect with the person first, we bring the right ones into our world, and not everyone is going to fit that. It's a filtering process to find the right people for you. But it also helps people be able to recommend you, to introduce you to others, to people who've got things in common with you, to your people like you, your PLU. It makes a huge difference when you surround yourself with the right kind of people. When we stop transacting and connect instead, you build great relationships. And what you find is that people can become your champions. They write social media posts about you. They comment on your posts. They talk about you to their friends, to their business colleagues, and they go away and recommend you. And that's where the magic happens. When people start to say good things about you when you're not around, when you're not in the room. That's what I love about Circle Networks, the relationships that people build around the world, around the country, around the county, to help each other in business. And yes, it's nice to get clients, but sometimes we need to build relationships with people who challenge us. I struggle with challenge. Because what we really want is people to agree with us. But I've got people in my world who will challenge me. Jamie, I think you've gone off track a little bit. Jamie, you've stopped showing up. Jamie, you're not quite as visible. Jamie, I think that we should try this instead of that. And over the years, I've learned to accept this, reflect on it, and then use what I need. Do you have people in your world that are challenging you, supporting you, encouraging you, recommending you? People who are your business friends, your business best friends. I explain to people quite a lot that we're in the world of business dating. In our personal lives, think about this. When you were single, you would go dating and you'd start getting to know somebody. You start the relationship building process. You go on multiple dates. Each time you share a bit more about yourself and you get to know a bit more about the other person. And over time you introduce them to your family, then your friends, and then you move in together. And sometimes it doesn't work out and you have to start again. But what doesn't happen, you don't get married on the first date. You don't get married on the first date. And yet in business, when we start the relationship building process, I think that people want to their expectation is they want to get married on the first date. I meet you at a networking event. Here's what I do. Here's what I'm looking for. Do you want to be a client? No. Can you introduce me to your best connections? No, I've only just met you. They want to fast track that relationship building process. Going to an event and meeting people is the first domino. And it takes time to build some momentum, to have those multiple dominoes start to fall one after another. And each time they can get bigger and bigger and bigger and lead to bigger opportunities. We're in the world of business dating. We have to build relationships. It's a long-term approach to growing your business. Without a doubt, you can get quick wins. One of the 3% might turn up at an event and go, I need what it is that you're selling today. But statistically, 97% of people are not interested today. So if you're looking for the 3%, then Circle Networks probably isn't the right place for you. If you want to grow your business and surround yourself with great people and be challenged and learn and then build relationships with people who become your business best friends, who know, like and trust you, who then go away and be your advocates, and you find people that deal with the same kind of clients as you and build relationship with them, and then when they win a new client and they know you well enough and how you work, they naturally bring you up in conversation with the people that you deal with, that you would like to deal with. They make introductions. They become appointment setters for you. They do the sales job for you. And a 5-star referral usually results in all you need to do is meet the person so that they can put a name to the face, and become a client when someone else has done all the groundwork for you. But that takes time. And I think a lot of people are looking for shortcuts. They want instant gratification. We live in the world of, you go into Amazon and you can get same-day delivery. It's very rare that someone can build a relationship that quick where they meet you and then they go away and introduce you to their best clients. Because their best clients are the ones that pay their bills. Their reputation is on the line when they make an introduction. So it takes time to build that kind of relationship. So that's a little bit about Circle Networks and what's been going on. A lot been going on. We just launched our new platform, and as part of it, we're building some exciting new features. I nearly shared a little bit about what they are. They're not quite finished yet. But there's a lot going on behind the scenes. The first step has been to launch the platform, to get it ready and working and doing exactly what we want it to do before we launch the new features. The conference, big event of the year. I've got some amazing speakers. So if you've ever heard of Go4No, if ever you've read Go4No, they're two of our headline speakers, Andrea and Richard. In my last job, we used to run big conferences. We'd have 5,000 people at a time at our events. These guys, in the time that I ran those events, were the only speakers where I saw a massive impact, a noticeable impact in sales within 2 weeks of them being on stage. It's a simple concept, and they are amazing speakers and good friends of mine. Then I've got Dean Seddon. Dean wrote this book, Get Growing. What he doesn't know about LinkedIn and how to use it isn't worth knowing. But he's not just going to be talking about LinkedIn. He's talking about the opportunities that come with AI and some of the risks, and to help you get ready to make the most of the opportunity in the coming months ahead. I've got some other great speakers as well, but I'll save those for a future episode. As part of the conference as well, you get to sit my referral engine training. So if you've never sat any training on how to build a network, how to build relationships, how to teach people to open doors for you to get you the clients that you want, so how to have a free sales force, then it might be worth paying attention. The conference ticket prices are just £197. That includes everything on the day. So it's on Monday the 22nd of September. It is a great day. There is no selling from the stage. None of the speakers are there to sell. They're only there to offer value. We have big round tables, so there is plenty of space in the room. None of that feeling squashed on a tiny little table or taking notes on your lap. Big round tables, so there's plenty of room for people to spread out. The speaker's there to add value and inspire you. There's a lot of networking time built into the day. It's all about building relationships. But what I don't want is people turning up on the day not knowing anyone. So we run online networking events in the run-up to it. So every 2 weeks we've got networking. So it's worth buying your ticket for this now rather than a week before the event to start to get to know people. We include 2 training courses in it as well. So my signature training is called the Referral Engine, where I help you learn the fundamentals of how to build a network and how to build relationships and how to teach people the tools that you need to be able to get more referrals. It's relationship-based marketing. And then I've got another course that's called Event Mastery that's all about how to make the most of events. I see 2 types of people that book for events. There are those that book the ticket, put it in their diary, turn up on the day. They may or may not enjoy it. They might like some of the speakers, they might get some value from it, but they didn't make the most of the opportunity. Then there are those people who go all in. They have a strategy. They know what they want to get from the day. They've connected with people in advance. They've built relationships with them. They go to help. They get what they want on the day from the speakers. They've already connected with people. They make the most of the social media opportunities. They know the people that they want to meet, so they get pictures with them. They either get somebody else to take it or they take selfies. They take gifts for people. There's a lot of things that you can do in the run-up to an event to maximize your ROI, your return on investment. And what I want is everybody saying that £197 that I spent was not a cost. It was the best investment I made in my business this year. The relationships that I built, the people that helped me, the people that I helped, the new clients that I've won, the action that I took, whatever it might be, has made a massive difference. And I know from every event that we've run, people's energy levels go up. It helps them change their state. So they might be in a bit of a funk. They might have lost their mojo, and they go and they meet some great people. And it has an impact on how they feel, how they show up, and their results in the coming months. So, a lot going on, a lot coming up, and I would like to invite you to be more Buffalo in 2025 and make the most of the opportunities that we've got lined up in the coming months. So if you'd like to find out any more, click on the link in the show notes and find out how we could help you be more Buffalo and thrive in 2025. If you know someone that might be interested in listening to this episode, please share it with me. Share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to have more people interacting. And please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything in the coming weeks. Thanks, everyone.